Hey kids, enter the Real Wild Child quiz and become
Brainmaster of the rock and roll firmament.
Complete all 7 skull-busting quiz questionnaires and win a secret prize. It's like multiple choice. It's like ABC, but for hipsters only. Who was My Girl in the 1983 Hoodoo Gurus film clip of the song by the same title? Was it Elle Macpherson, Helena Christensen, Danny Minogue, or a greyhound? Yeah, right. Can you see Guru's lead singer Dave Faulkner with Elle? Dream on. As if Helena Christensen go out with a daggy rock star. No way! Wrong. It would have damaged Danny's cred with women's magazine readers for her to appear in a daggy Hoodoo Gurus film clip. Correct. Filmed at Sydney's Harold Park racetrack, the clip became a stunning exploration of the complexities in man-dog relationships. Right on. Which band was notorious for burning a baby doll on stage during their concerts? Was it Air Supply, AC/DC, Jimmy and the Boys, or Skyhooks? Wrong. As wild and crazy as Air Supply was, they never resorted to filth like that. Nope. Yes! Jimmy and the Boys lead singer Ignatius Jones used to set alight a plastic baby doll while performing the song Babies on Fire. Ignatius was also famous for being able to perform extraordinary contortions on stage, pulling his legs over his head while wearing leather bondage gear. That's what a Catholic education will do for you. With the amount of hairspray those guys used, putting them within 10 feet of a naked flame risked nuclear devastation. What was the embarrassing original name of hard rock and Adelaide band The Angels? Was it the Moonshine Jug and String Band, Plastic People of the Universe, the Super Flying Fun Show, or Manfred Mann's Earth Band? Is the right answer! The Angels started out as the very daggy Moonshine Jug and String Band, playing rollicking jug and string music, whatever that is, to frenzied pubgoers in the early 70s. Obviously they had to change the name because it wouldn't fit on the handbills. Nope, there are some names that even an Adelaide band wouldn't stoop to. Nope, there are some names that even an Adelaide band wouldn't stoop to. Nope, there are some names that even an Adelaide band wouldn't stoop to. Which singer and former Australian of the Year was once refused entry to a Melbourne bar because of his race? Was it Mandaway Yunupingu of Yothu Yindi, Dave Graney of Dave Graney and the Coral Snakes, Jimmy Barnes, or Ray Martin? Correct! Mandaway Yunupingu, later made Australian of the Year, was refused entry to an exclusive yuppie bar in St Kilda, Melbourne for being Aboriginal. This resulted in a national outcry and a public apology from the bar. But he was made King of Pop at the ARIA Awards in 1996. Australian of the Year is the next logical step for the man. Nope. Oh, come on. You're not trying too hard, are you? Which massive 60s hit addressed powerful conceptual notions about the fabric of reality and contained the immortal lines, "Oo mau ma mau mau, oo mau ma mau mau, oo mau ma mau mau, oo mau ma mau mau"? Was it Denim and Lace by Marty Roan? The Real Thing by Russell Morris? Power and the Passion by Midnight Oil? Or Jump in My Car by the Ted Mulry Gang? Close but not quite. Denim and Lace addressed notions about the fabric of 70s fashion. It was later re-recorded in the 80s as Leather and Lace, showing that although the fashions change, love still remains the same. Yes! Written by young talent-time mastermind Johnny Young as the Australian answer to I Am the Walrus, it was snapped up by hotshot producer Ian Molly Meldrum as the perfect debut single for Russell Morris in 1969. It hit number 1 instantly and stayed there for weeks. Many people can still remember where they were when they first heard the immortal words, "Oo mau ma mau mau, oo mau ma mau mau." No way, unless it's about the CIA or Maralinga, those guys just aren't interested. Wrong, but you get the Secret's Lucky Dip prize, a free record! Offer expires 13th of November 1973. Who sang the 60s smash surfy hit Surfer Doll? Was it Sir Cliff Richard, Sir Robert Menzies, Sir Robert Helpman, or Sir Joe Bioki Peterson? Nah, Surfer Doll was too wild even for Cliff. Oh, come on. Correct! Australian ballet dancing sensation Sir Robert Helpman showed the world how to do the surfy stomp properly. Yeah, right. Are you paying attention out there? Which year was known as the official Year of Fun in the 1950s? Was it 1955, 1957, 1942, or none of the above? No fun in that year. Come on, 1942. Hello people, wake up there. Is the correct answer. There was no fun at all in the 1950s. Why did Cold Chisel destroy their instruments on stage during the Countdown Rock Awards in 1981? Was it because they were having a temper tantrum for not picking up the award for Best Easy Listening Album that night? Because they had to quickly clear their equipment off the stage out of consideration for the next band? To protest the commercialism of the occasion? Or because they were given light beer and wine cooler in their drinks rider? Close, but not quite. Sadly no, they were the final act for that night. Correct! They were reportedly angry at TV Week for reducing the noble occasion of the Countdown Awards to a vulgar promotional event. Lead singer Barnsey sang, "I never saw you at the Largs Pier and now you're using my face to sell TV Week." The mysterious meaning of this phrase remains unexplained to this day. It's possible, but unlikely. In fact, you're wrong. Which band did Tex Perkins play in before The Cruel Sea? Was it Toilet Duck, Snot Collection, the Bumhead Orchestra, or all of the above? Close but not quite. In fact, you're wrong. Close but not quite. In fact, you're wrong. Wrong, but you get the secret Lucky Dip prize, a free record. Offer expires 13th of November 1973. Yes! Oddly enough, it was only when Tex had abandoned those guys that he found chart success with The Cruel Sea. Snot Collection must be green with envy. Which act finally managed to crack the fickle youth market with a powerful cover version of The Ship Song by Nick Cave? Was it Kamal, Barry Crocker, Dennis Walter, or the Screaming Jets? Close but not quite. Why are people so unkind? This guy sang the theme song to Neighbours. Man, he doesn't need to do a Nick Cave song to be cool. Is the right answer! After years of solid work on Young Talent Time, beloved lounge music icon Dennis Walter lent his rich baritone voice to this haunting indie ballad. Maybe a Nine Inch Nails cover from Dennis could be next. However, this hard rock and Newcastle band did a cover of the classic song Shivers, originally by Nick Cave's first band, The Boys Next Door, who later became The Birthday Party. What was used to subdue the rioting crowd at Bill Haley's first Australian show in 1957? Police dogs, tear gas, cold joy, or the national anthem? Oh, come on, this was the 50s. They only used police dogs and tear gas on communists. Oh, come on, this was the 50s. They only used police dogs and tear gas on communists. They wouldn't go that far. Wow. Using cold joy to stop a rioting crowd. Talk about overkill. Correct. When Bill Haley opened in Newcastle, the Sydney Morning Herald reported that the frenzy of the 3,000 people packed into the hot stadium broke loose. It took the national anthem to break the spell and turn the audience into normal workaday people. On stage in Melbourne in 1957, American rock and roller Little Richard wore a green jewelled turban, a crimson cloak, a nappy, or all of the above. You're close. Too bad that it still counts as wrong. You're close. Too bad that it still counts as wrong. It's possible, but there's no way of knowing for sure. Wrong. Correct. Well, it's never been conclusively proved that he didn't wear a nappy. The first of many Australian female stars sang a love song about a barefoot boy. What was her name? Patsy Ann Noble, Betty McQuaid, Nolene Batley, or Indira Naidoo? Close, but wrong. Patsy Ann Noble, discovered by that madcap swinger Brian Henderson, sang a song called Good Looking Boy. Maybe it was the same guy, but with a pair of hush puppies on. The raunchy Melbourne-based singer Betty McQuaid appeared on 6 O'Clock Rock and The Go Show, but Bandstand rejected her because they thought she was too fat. You bastards. Betty's hit single was called Midnight Bus. Sounds like a low-budget sequel to Midnight Express. Yes, Nolene Batley had a hit with Barefoot Boy in 1960, which was actually written by her next-door neighbour, 16-year-old Helen Glover. Believe it or not, the publishers of the Buddy Holly song Every Day tried to sue her because they thought it was too similar to the Buddy Holly tune. Bummer. Wrong. But ABC newsreader Indira Naidu did release a senses-shattering version of Ebony and Ivory with platinum blonde Triple J luminary Helen Razor in 1997 as a timely reminder of the virtues of racial tolerance. They may not be able to sing, but they're fantastic human beings. Sister Janet Mead had a top 10 hit in 1974 with a pop version of The Lord's Prayer. Who got their first break playing power drums for the Good Sisters live gigs? Was it Lindy Morrison of the Go-Betweens, Claire Moore of Dave Graney and the Coral Snakes, Kathy Green of X, or Rob Hurst of Midnight Oil? Is the right answer! Oh, wait a minute. Actually, it's wrong. Yes, Coral Snake Claire Moore picked up her drumming chops with the inspirational Sister Janet Mead in Adelaide before forming the Moodists with Dave Graney in the late 70s. Is the right answer! Oh, wait a minute. Actually, it's wrong. Is the right answer! Oh, wait a minute. Actually, it's wrong. Which Australian rock star ran for the Senate in 1984? Was it John Farnham, Peter Garrett, Kylie Minogue, or Olivia Newton-John? Nope, but it would have been a good idea. Farnsy in his Dryzerbone and a Cobra hat, he would have bolted it in, unlike that weird-looking bald guy. Farnsy for PM. Yes, in 1984, committed environmentalist Peter Garrett ran for a New South Wales Senate seat for the Nuclear Disarmament Party. He ran a strong campaign that attracted enormous support and excitement, but he lost. No way. Kylie has done enough already as our greatest ambassador and is above petty politics. Is the wrong answer. Unfortunately, Olivia would have to tone down her tough chick Hellraiser image if she ran for politics. Youth radio network Triple J evolved from humble beginnings as 2JJ in the 70s. What was the first song ever played on 2JJ? Was it Tiptoe Through the Tulips by Tiny Tim, Two Little Boys by Rolf Harris, Tomorrow by Silverchair, or You Just Like Me 'Cause I'm Good in Bed by Skyhooks? Close. We'll have to refer this one to our judges, and the verdict is wrong. Way too hardcore for 2JJ. Oh, get real. These guys weren't even born then. Yes, this risque song was virtually banned from commercial radio when 2JJ launched itself with this Skyhooks classic, thereby beginning a tradition of Triple J support for controversial songs with lines like The Police and I've a lot of to get where I am today and me with a and a cattle prod. Who did a phenomenal cover version of AC/DC's Highway to Hell in 1994? Was it Helen Reddy, Tiny Tim, Pat Boone, or Ray Martin? No, but it would have been a good career move for the 70s feminist pop icon. It could have opened her up to a more blokey audience. Is the correct answer. Tiny Tim cut a disc for Mushroom Records that was simply called Rock in 1994, with local glam rock band His Majesty backing him up. The beloved Tiny Tim had his first hit here with Tiptoe Through the Tulips in 1968. He was worshipped by many Australians as a god and was once guest programmer on Rage. Sadly, he died in 1996. Close but not quite. The former clean-cut Christian fundamentalist singer of the 60s has tried to reinvent himself as a hardcore metalhead in the 90s by covering the AC/DC classic It's a Long Way to the Top If You Want to Rock and Roll. What could be next for Pat? A cover of I Like It Both Ways by Supernaut, perhaps? Anyway, the answer's wrong. Wrong, but you get the Secret's Lucky Dip prize, a free record! Offer expires 30th of November 1973. Which greatly loved TV personality recorded the single